Alright, let's talk about brainwaves. Now, like I was mentioning in the last video, alpha brainwave state is the state you want to at least be in to start performing any of your psychic abilities, particularly telekinesis. Again, I want to stress that the alpha state is a prerequisite, and if you just try to go right off the bat moving objects and you're wondering why you're having a hard time feeling energy or doing anything, it's because the alpha state. You can't actually feel your chi energy or your psi energy or your life force energy without being in that state. Okay, so that's just a little tip for all those of you guys who are new to energy work. A lot of you who do energy work know that, or maybe don't know that. If you don't know that, what you're doing when you're meditating and practicing your qigong and stuff like that, getting relaxed like that and doing it in a meditative movement, you are bringing your brainwave down and getting to that alpha state and starting to feel the energy. Okay, so that's why I say alpha state is important, because it's the minimal requirement. Even if you want to do telepathy and remote viewing, you got to be in an alpha state to be able to do that. What's interesting about that, and I don't want to get too much into it, is that when you get into the alpha state, your thoughts can transmit through the ionosphere instantaneously around the world. Okay, so you want to be at least in that state. And when you're in prolonged alpha state, you will eventually get down to a theta state. And when you get down to a theta state, the longer you are in the theta state, the more your brain starts producing gamma waves. Okay? So that's where meditation is important, because you'll meditate and you'll go down from your beta state to alpha, and you'll get down into alpha, you'll be in alpha, and then you'll get down to theta state, and then you'll be producing more gamma waves, and then you'll be able to perform your telekinesis. You'll also be learning how to control your mind and your brain to shift between these states, so you're able to go back up to beta state and come back to reality. Okay, so that's why when you get really good, when you're a beginner, you're gonna have to do your preparation. It's you're gonna be meditating for an hour, half hour first before you go practice. But when you get good, you can switch at any time into the other states. Now there's different techniques for that. Some people learn using hypnosis techniques to create a trigger so that they can just instantly go in all the time. You can look that up, self-hypnosis and creating triggers to get into a trance state. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it, which is the easiest, which I'm going to teach you here, is you simply just got to go in a dim lit room, sit up straight, and keep your eyes closed. And when you close your eyes, it only takes about 5 to 10 minutes for you to enter the brainwave. You don't even have to be doing anything. You just literally sit down doing nothing with your eyes closed, and you will enter an alpha state. It's that simple. Okay? So, and that sounds like meditating, right? And it is, basically. Just empty your mind, sit there with your eyes closed, and you'll get into an alpha state. And it takes about, like I said, 5 to 10 minutes to get in the alpha state. And if you stay in the alpha state for about 25 to 30 minutes, you'll start going down to the theta state. Now, a lot of people have a hard time staying in the alpha state that long because they get tired or sleepy, and they'll quickly go to a theta and then fall asleep. And with the deliberate meditation, you are sitting there and sustaining yourself in this alpha state for a long period of time and slowly shifting into the theta and learning to stay awake in this theta state. Okay, so that's why meditation is so important for telekinesis. And a lot of people think it's just a little trick in your mind, but it is very important. You cannot do telekinesis without meditation practice. And I'm also going to say energy work, because your mind is connected to your nervous system. There's a brain power and nerve force, and it's the nervous system that's sending and receiving the information. So while our mind is telling our brain what to do, our brain is listening to our mind and saying, okay, we want to do this, and then it comes out of our nervous system and affects the object. So much so, it's like anything that's in our aura, we are able to move it. Okay? So that's a little talking about the brainwaves and how you get into them. And I'll actually teach you meditation later so that you can actively produce these alpha and theta states stronger. And with time and practice, you'll be able to do it all the time. And if you quit caffeine, you won't be in a beta state all the time. You'll be in this borderline beta alpha state. So it won't be hard to switch over when you want to, okay? Just like it won't be hard to focus more when you want to get into a higher beta state. You'll have more control over your brain waves. All right? See you guys in the next video.